What's up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to NCW Beauty. My name is Denise or Nisi. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and I hope you consider subscribing. Today's video is going to be a palette bingo. So I just recently got in my Wildflower palette from Lethal Cosmetics. And this is what it looks like, and this is one of the palettes that I mentioned that I picked up right before I decided to do my no buy. So I decided that it would be a good idea to go ahead and use this palette for a palette bingo. Make it kind of interesting, and I hope that I get some good combinations out of this palette. But I have an app on my phone called Pretty Random. So this is going to help me to select the shadows that I am going to be using today. I held on to the box that the palette, or the sleeve that the palette came in, because it has the names of the shadows on it, so that I can tell you what it is that I am using. Let me try something real quick. Yeah, it should wipe off. So what I am going to do, and this is so strange, but in order to keep up with the shades that I'm going to be using, I'm going to use this Anastasia Pro Pencil, what do they call it, eyeshadow primer and color corrector. This little thing here that I use to kind of highlight up under my brows today. And I'm just going to put a little dot on the back of there because it wipes off pretty easily. And we're going to get started. So somehow my palette, there it is. Alright, so we are going to change the minimum and the maximum. Okay, so we are going to change the minimum from 0 to 1 and the maximum from 99 to 15. So if you can see the screen here, we have a minimum 1, maximum 15, and with this one you can either hit the randomize or you can just shake it to randomize. So I'm just going to shake it, and I come up with the number 5, and the number 5 is Thorn. We'll put a little dot here, and I'm going to choose 5 shades, so I'm going to shake it again, and we get number 13. Oh, actually, oh, there's only 12. Hang on, let's start over. All right, so we're going to randomize it from 1 to 13. I am going to keep Thorn because that was number 5 and that's within the 12. I'm going to shake it again. And we get the number 4, so that's Foxglove. And I'll show you what the shades are in a second. You will be as surprised as I will. So we got 3 more shakes to go. Number 7, so that was Cyanus. So that's this one here. And 2 more. You got the number 1, which is Untamed, and then 1 more shade we shaked last time, and we get the number 6. So they are pretty much all together, and that is the shade 1, 4, 5 Clover. So I'm going to show you the shades in the palette. So this is the shade number 1, Untamed. This is shade number 4, Foxglove. This is Thorn, Clover, and Cyanus. So we are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. I am happy that I do have a shade that I can use to deepen up the corners. Alright, I'm going to put my phone back and I am going to zoom in and we will get started. Oh, I feel like I'm not close enough. Let me see if I can scoot a little bit closer and hope you can see. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to start with the shade Cyanus, which is this shade here, and that I am going to use for my crease color. So we'll just grab like a fluffy brush here. And this is one of the Sydney Grace brushes. And I already did my face and my lips, as you can see. On my lips, I used the Fenty Beauty, the one that I just got, the Poutsicle from the summer collection. And this is in the shade Gem and Eye. So that is what I have on my lips. I do know that it is a stain, so once this wears off, I will still have the shade sewed up on my lips, and I can just like put a clear gloss. My foundation, I use the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation in the shade Neutral Dark 24. For concealer, I use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, the matte finish. And this is in the shade Deep Chestnut. The only powder that I have used so far, because I didn't like powder my entire face, I just powdered under my eyes with the All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder from Urban Decay. And this is just like I guess a universal shade. And on my cheeks, I use from the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Juicy Cheek Palette. That's what that looks like. And I use the shade Sticky Sweet, which is this shade right here. Excuse my nails, I need to do them today. And for highlighter, this is one of those things that I am just trying to use to see if I still even want to be bothered with it. This is the Super Shock Cheek from ColourPop from the Tinkerbell collection. Tinkerbell is upside down. There she is. And this is the shade Happy Thoughts. And it looks like that. So you can see it a little bit. It's still good. It still has that moist Super Shock feel to it. But, you know, I'm just trying to see if I want to use it. So, I feel like, can my chair go down? My chair will not go down anymore. Let's see. I hope you can see what I am doing. But I'm going to go in with the shade Cyanus, which is just sort of iris looking shade. And I'm going to go, we are going to pray for no fallout because I already did the rest of my makeup. So we are going to go into the crease, and I am hoping, I'm going to bend forward anyway because my mirror is right here. You know what I think I'm going to do? So we'll put the shade Cyanus right here. And I have to use that shade Thorn. So I think I'm going to put that like on the inner part of the lid. And I felt like I was safe, but now I don't know so much. Let's see. We'll see how we can make this work out. Alright, so I'm going to actually use another crease brush, just a step smaller, still from Sydney Grace. And I'm going to go in with the shade Thorn. And I'm going to go into this part of the lid. And I have a feeling this is going to be super pigmented. Not too bad. I tapped some off though, so let's see. All right. And then they kind of meet in the middle there. And I just want to build it up a little more. Anybody hear that the Unabomber, they found him dead in his sale? And how do you feel about it? Because I almost don't even care. All right. So I am going to go back with that shade Cyanus, since that one is looking pretty pigmented. I'm going to go back in with the shade Cyanus and kind of build that up a little bit more in the crease. Just directly in the crease and not above it, because I still wanted to kind of look blended. So just immediately in that crease. All right. Trying to make that look a little bit more seamless. All right, so the shade that I am going to put on the inner part of my lid is going to be the shade Untamed. Is this shade right here, and I am going to use the Sonia G Builder Pro. Ooh. I want to keep that just right here in this area, just right there. So this one is definitely, I'm going to swatch this because I can't really tell if it's a duochrome or a multi-chrome. Let me put that right there, but let's swatch it. And it looks like it might be, yeah, it might be like a multi-chrome shade. But either way, it's pretty. So I'm going to use the other side of that brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Clover, and that'll be on the middle part. Let me swatch that one for you too. That one is also, I think, like a multi-chrome. Alright, so we'll flip the brush over. Which side was the clean side? That's the clean side. And, ooh, fallout. Oh, please fleck off. Okay. And maybe I should have put that one in the inner corner. That one looks a little bit brighter. All right, and I am going to take, I think, sort of more of like a bullet type brush. This is the Sonia G blender, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Foxglove, which is this shade right here, and that will go on the outer third. I don't know, this purple is, let me see, let me tap it on, because it doesn't seem to be sticking. Alright, and let me just take the first fluffy brush that I used and just kind of blend these two together. And I will clean that up. I am going to take, I think it's a clean, if I can find one, we'll use this one, the Detail Pro, and just sort of blend a little more here. And I feel like I am brushing that shade Foxglove away on my lid. So let me try another brush. Let's see. I am going to use, that's usually my go-to brush though. Let's see, let's use, let's just use the Builder 3 and go back into it and just try to okay. I mean, it could all possibly be in the brush that you use, because that one seems to be sticking a little bit better. Ugh. All right, so I am going to clean up this eye a little bit, and I will be right back. All right, so I am back. Eye look is cleaned up a little bit. I feel like I have a bag right there. Off camera, I put one of the Kaleidos multi-chrome eyeliners on my waterline, and this one is called Den of Iniquities. I have no idea what this one is called. Give me 1 second. This is the shade, after I had to magnify it on my phone, Night of Creation, and you can kind of see it in the waterline. So I'm going to go back into the palette, into this shade here, which is Foxglove. I am going to take just a little sort of pointy brush here, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line here. And then I'm going to go back into the shade Untamed, which is this one here. And I'll put that like right here on the lower lash line. I'm going to use the same brush. So that'll be sort of like my inner corner highlight, and then I will do mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back, and this is my palette bingo look. The best that I could do with the shades that were given to me. Not too bad. Not too bad. Very wildflowerish. And this is the color story once again. And I did go ahead and kind of swatch. And here we go again. My swatches always go around my arm the wrong way. But these are the shades. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm getting ready to take this off of my arm, I'm going to tell you my thoughts about these shadows. So I am going to start off saying, and you know when you start off saying stuff, you have an opinion that differs from what it normally is. But I normally absolutely love Lethal Cosmetics formulas. The shades in this palette, though, I am going to say the shimmery or multi-chrome shades in this palette are very crumbly. They do apply to the lid very well, but they are crumbly, so just be careful when you dig your brush into them, because a lot of product is going to like kick up. Also, the matte shades are pretty dry. And in particular, this shade here, which is Nightshade, super dry. And the shade Foxglove, I know this one will do it, but this one applied in a swatch like it was going to do it too, are probably going to dust off of your lid, so you may have to tap it on and then leave it alone, because if you try to blend it out, it's going to blend away. This one is really pigmented. This one, I think, yeah, this one feels creamy and this one feels creamy, but they are also lighter shades. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's just what I noticed in the palette. They also sell these shades as singles, so if you find yourself not wanting to be bothered with like this blue or this purple shade here, you can buy the ones that you might be interested in. This palette is $52. It is available on their website now. I also have the Wildflower Palette. It's just in the drawer right now. And I think I enjoyed that palette a little bit more than I enjoyed this palette. Palette is very pretty, but I just feel like some of the shades are going to be a little bit troublesome to apply. But that is it, you all. That is my palette bingo with the Elite and sort of mini review or first impression of the Lethal Cosmetics Wildflower Palette. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.